choices. The blonde at the end. Alice is better. A man doesn't have to be good looking. A man needs personality and a big wallet. We all know this. Look at these men who marry these women. These little short, and they've got these gorgeous women, and they really think the girl likes them.
So, as we get older, we don't get quite so high on beauty.
Here I am again, getting high on Elizabeth Hurley, about 5'6" high.
5'8", actually.
Oh, honestly, if I'd known she was going to be so touchy.
What?
Nothing.
John?
Later. So, if beauty gives us pleasure, how come then that it also makes people miserable?
Miserable?
Will you shut up, you old bat? Stop interrupting! Faces like hers are becoming a problem because...
As I was going to say, faces like hers can be a problem if we compare our looks and then start feeling inadequate. Even attractive people sometimes find themselves doing this.
There's just posters of beautiful people everywhere. No one ugly.
Beauty used to be rare. Now it's everywhere. And that's not helpful.
In ancestral times, in small group living, a man wouldn't have encountered very many attractive women. Basically, there would have been a dozen to 2 dozen potential mates to start with, only a few of whom would be very attractive.
And now we're surrounded by it.
Now we're surrounded by thousands and thousands, in some cases millions, of potentially attractive partners. What that does to men is that it decreases the commitment that they feel toward their regular partner. And then they look at the models, they look at the regular mate, and they think, there's a better mate out there for me.
And even if you're lucky enough to be one of the beautiful people, there can be disadvantages. For example, if things come too easily, you may end up wondering if your looks are all there is to you.
When I was quite young, my father, he said, you know, Candy, he said, it's the beautiful women who are unhappy. It's the beautiful women who commit suicide. And I went, gee, well, I hope I don't get to be beautiful because that's going to be like a sort of death sentence. And he was sort of putting it, to say the least, rather dramatically by way of saying, it's really hard if you sort of hit 45 or 50 and then you think, oh, I have no personality. I'm going to have to make it on something else now. And then it's really hard to find a personality when you're that much older, because where do you look for one? You can't sort of borrow it.
You know, I always thought that I'd be a much more talented actor if I had a broken nose and I was a foot shorter. I just thought if I had that kind of squat burly thing going, I think I would be a lot more advanced in my technique of acting. And that's because of the shaming that goes on. Because the shaming.
Go on.
The shaming. When you feel that shaming of maybe that you are too good looking.
And it's a little bit of a gift anyway that you can't really take credit for.
I mean, it pisses me off when they say I'm pretty.
Well, what word would make you comfortable? Seriously.
Rugged.
Rugged?
Rugged. I've always wanted to be rugged.
Well, would you like me to punch you now live on television? Settle all these problems of yours. No. And then you could become a seriously good actor.
I could just see this program coming out now. Fucking hell, love, I'll get me fucking black. Oh, that guy's always fucking pissed me off. You know.
Somebody once said that beauty is the passport to success, but it's not a passport, it's a visa. It expires. And if you've built your life on your beauty, what do you do when you begin to lose your looks? Well, you start thinking about plastic surgery.
What a nerve.
I had my eyes, the bags taken out from under my eyes. I had a full facelift. I had breasts lifted, and I had a face peel. And I'm looking for anything else.
Now, I don't have a tooth of my own left in my head, and I've had a couple of hair transplants. In fact, if I'd been living in 1500, I'd look like this by now. So, I'm not pointing the finger at anyone who has cosmetic surgery, but I did hear one reason why maybe it's not such a great idea. It came from George Orwell, who once remarked, after the age of 40, a man is responsible for his face. In other words, if you're young, Whether you're good looking or not, it's just the luck of the draw.
But as you get older, your face begins to show the world what sort of person you are, because whatever your habitual expressions are, kind, cheerful, mournful, embittered, they start etching themselves onto your face. So then, your face starts telling people what sort of a human you are. Allowing this to happen may be what people mean by the phrase, growing old gracefully. So if you're beautiful as you get older, it's not a free gift. It's because your face shows qualities that are timeless and that we all admire. Strength, kindness, dedication, wisdom, enthusiasm and humor, intelligence, compassion. Now those faces are achievements, whereas Elizabeth Hurley's, well, very nice to look at, of course, but it doesn't mean she isn't a total shit. We'll just have to wait to see. Good night. Elizabeth!
Good night.
And next week, leading on from beauty, we'll be glancing at... No, trying to glimpse... Staring at... Taking a look, that's it. Taking a look at fame. Fame. Not Georgie fame, just fame. Thank you.
Now, I understand that you wish to become an icon. Is it difficult?
You have to be famous for something. I'm famous possibly for being nice.